At She Can, we tell women's stories. We show how women got to where they are today. And these are women from all walks of life. And I'm delighted to be talking to Annie Wyatt today. Annie, welcome to She Can. You're the
Thank you.
founder of Cape Town Retreats, which is you run transformational detox retreats in South Africa and in India. You're a yoga teacher, a detox and cleansing expert, and you really learned how to take care of yourself and how to now teach that to others. Tell us
Yes.
a bit more about yourself.
Well, as you say, I have been doing this for a long time. I started cleansing and detoxing when I was 21 years old.
Mm,
I picked up a book. It was called Fit for Life by Harvey and Marilyn Diamond, and it was all about food combining. And so I started practicing this, and I had a very strong interest in this from the beginning, from when I was young. And that kind of took me through a period of my life. And then I picked up another book, which has been, and in fact, I've just bought it again. And this is now, I'm 51. So this was 30 years ago. Another book called The Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity. And this book was also about food combining, but a much deeper, juicier ideas. And I was introduced to the ideas of fasting in this book. And this
mm,
book was, advocated water fasting, which I tried. And I did actually end up doing water fasting quite a lot at that young age. I was doing 2 weeks a year of water
mm,
fasting.
mm.
And then I would also do 2 months a year of clean eating. Now, in those days, 30 years ago, clean eating was what we used to call a detox diet.
Yeah,
So that's changed a lot now.
yeah.
And so I have been practicing these things for many, many, many years.
Annie, and so tell us how it works. So if someone is thinking, I need a reset, I need to somehow push the button to stop and to reset and to take stock, and they would love to come to your place in South Africa. Tell us how it works.
Well, it's
What can people expect?
yes. I think the biggest fear, firstly, we need to address is that people are often afraid of being hungry. So, moving on from water fasting, I've started juice fasting, also with various information that I've received around the place and practiced. And so, juice fasting is a little bit different because you are still receiving the nutrients. So, when you water fast, you don't get anything, and your body is able to heal itself completely. When you juice fast, you still have the healing ability. The lymphocytes in your body is working, which is the lymphocytes is basically your white blood cells, and they're your immune system. And those are working to help you heal. So the difference is that you are putting the nutrients that you're getting from the juices into your body. And that's almost like receiving an instant kind of injection of nutrients. And those nutrients then support your body's functions while you're still able to cleanse.
Mm,
So most of the people get afraid that they're going to be hungry when they come.
yeah.
Okay. But this is never really the case because when we are hungry, we feed you the nutrients and your body then responds to those nutrients. And it's different from a water fast in that with water fasting, you really need to take time off away from the world. With juice fasting, you can be in the world, you can practice yoga, you can practice walking every day, you can do all other forms of exercise, you can do everything that you can do in a normal day-to-day life. The thing is, what is good about the retreat is that it is a place where everybody is doing it. So it takes the temptation to not want to do the cleanse, to eat. If you were at home, you might be starting a juice cleanse and then you get tempted. Whereas on a retreat with me, there's no temptation, and we are serving all the drinks for you. So you can expect every day you get all your juices. We make broth as well, which is just the water of a vegetable soup and herbs and spices. We also make plant milk fresh on the retreat. So you're getting all those nutrients. We're giving you the spices are giving you certain nutrients for your body. The herbs are giving you certain nutrients for your body. But mainly the whole thing is a liquid diet.
You've alluded to a water-based detox. You can say, I don't offer that, but maybe we just quickly talk about it because I think that there is so much information around this right now. You know, there are such famous women now, Dr. Mindy Peltz, and all the people who peddle this detox. And I think there are so many myths out there. It's really nice to hear from someone who's been doing it for so many decades, your opinion. Because I think often it's also just a way for women to find another excuse to restrict their eating, right?
Yes.
So it's sort of like an excuse sometimes, I think. I know girls who are always detoxing. They're always detoxing. That's can't be healthy, right? So I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah. So a water detox, it's a very, very deep level cleanse.
Mm,
And the reason for this is because we are literally stopping all the functions of the organs. When you eat, your organs are working in such a way to first process the food and then eliminate the food. And also at the same time using all the nutrients in the body to feed your body. So when you water fast, you're stopping all those processes. So that is how it is very different from a juice fast. So with a juice fast, for example, you're still functioning because
mm,
you're receiving nutrients.
yeah,
So your body is using up those nutrients from the food. Whereas with water fasting, you literally stop and every system in your body takes a break.
yeah.
And the reason why we do this is to take this break is so that the body can heal itself. And your immune system will then have the time and the capacity to be able to go around your body, cleaning up all the toxins in your body and helping you to eventually move them into your gut to eliminate them.
Mm,
So a water fast is quite a difficult process. It's not something that we recommend that anybody just do by themselves without having any experience with
mm,
fasting.
mm,
And that is because of the energy levels. So, if, for example, I could not have food for a day, I could feel completely fine. I could feel like so energized. I could be high. I could be running around. I could be practicing, going for a run. But the next day, you can't get out of bed
mm,
because you have no energy. And so a water fast is a very, very difficult process.
mm,
What happens after a period of time is that you then begin to access parts of yourself that have a natural energy.
mm.
So, but this takes time. It takes several days, to get to that point. And so we don't offer that on our retreats because of the complexity of each individual.
Yeah. So I would say the important thing is to maybe not do it by yourself. You really have to do
Exactly.
it with someone who really knows what they're doing. And it's also not an excuse for just another diet and restricting your food intake.
Exactly. It is not a diet.
Yeah.
It is not a diet. And fasting, juice fasting is also not a diet. It is a cleanse, you
Yeah.
know. So if we only do water, like you say, if you have somebody who can support you when you want to do a water cleanse, I would recommend it for people who are going through a deep healing, when they have real chronic health issues,
Mm,
to do it. But do it with the support of somebody who can help you, because while you go through that process, all sorts of things are going to come up in your mind. Number one being the fear. So what am I doing to my body? How, I'm not feeling well. Oh my God, I've got this crazy headache. I have no energy. I've got this fur in my mouth. All of these kinds of symptoms that happen when we start to detox, and then we stop the detox and we don't allow ourselves to fully go through that process. So we need to have somebody who can support us. And that's the same whether you have a juice cleanse or whether you have a water cleanse.
yeah.
You need to be with somebody who can support you and go through it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie, so if I were to sign up and come to Cape Town or outside of Cape Town, I can
Yeah.
expect juices and broths. What else
Yes.
do you offer? How is your day structured? And how do people feel at the end of it?
Okay, so our program is gorgeous. So essentially, we walk every single day in the mountains, and that's really one of the highlights of the retreat. We get out in nature. We have a waterfall nearby us, the one that we do in Tilbach. We have a waterfall nearby. We visit that. We swim in that. It's a very, very beautiful environment. You know, we're literally surrounded by mountains where we run our retreat. We come back. We have a juice, a freshly made juice. We have different juices that represent different things that give us different nutrients in our body. I can't go into that right now. It's quite complex. But we have in the morning, then after we've had a rest and had a juice, we'll do a yoga practice. Now, the yoga is not designed for you if you're wanting to shape your body. The yoga is designed to help you through the process of the detox. So we are twisting, we are forward bending, backward bending, doing all of these things to help the digestive system release the toxins that are sitting in the whole digestive tract.
Yeah.
And that is how we remove the toxins from the body. So we're bringing all the toxins into the body, and then the yoga practice helps us. Of course, if you've never done yoga before, you will feel it. You will feel your muscles, because you're doing movements that you've never done before. But once you start doing the yoga practice, it's actually not a difficult process at all. It's not difficult to do yoga. So you don't need to be somebody who's familiar with yoga. You can also be somebody who's extremely familiar with yoga, because you are still going to benefit from the yoga practice.
Yeah.
Then usually we'll have, in the middle of the day, we'll have our plant drink. This is a beautiful drink. We often make golden milk, which is an Ayurvedic recipe using turmeric and other spices, or we'll also use cacao sometimes, depending on the energy of the group and what is needed, because sometimes we need a little cacao to uplift us, sometimes we need the golden milk to calm us down. So it depends on various factors. And then usually we have a nice long rest in the day, in the afternoon, where you can get a treatment. So we have in treatments, a couple of treatments. Treatments are included in the sort of package. And we always have a shiatsu treatment. And then we have a massage treatment as well. And most of our clients absolutely love both of those treatments. You can have more if you want, if there's time and the therapists have time. And then in the afternoon, we have a movement therapy session. Now, the movement therapy session is essentially dance. These are sessions where the dancing helps us to loosen up the old baggage, emotional baggage that we carry. And then this emotional baggage has an opportunity to release during the dance. So we call it movement therapy because that's exactly what it is. It's very tiring. When you're dancing for an hour, it is very tiring to kind of like quite energetic music. So it's a form of exercise as well. So people are also exercising on this retreat and releasing the emotions in a very gentle way. Now, another thing that we do is art therapy as well, to help us if we want to go a little bit deeper and to kind of like work on something that we want to work on within ourselves. Maybe you want to go into an area of your life where you want to make a change emotionally, mentally, you want to make some changes. And so we can work with that as well. And then later in the day, we have another juice. We have some more rest. There's a lot of rest on the retreat. People always say, do I have enough time? Do we have enough time to do everything that you want to put into the retreat? But we actually do. And then later on, we have a broth. So the broth is made with vegetables and spices and a little bit of salt, because salt, you can imagine that all the drinks have been sweet during the day, and most people are then needing to replenish their salt, especially if they've been sweating, especially if we've been doing a lot of activity. So the salt is really good, and it's also good for the taste bud. And after that, we do a meditation, which is a yoga nidra meditation. Yoga nidra is essentially a psychic sleep where you lie down on your back. It's kind of like a hypnosis. You lie down on your back, and then you visualize all your body parts, and then you allow yourself to sink more deeply into a meditative state. And then we guide you through a process. And if there's something that you want to work on within yourself, we will guide you to get to the point where you would like to work on whatever it is. And that's essentially like the day-to-day reality on a retreat.
Yeah, it sounds heavenly.
Yes. Yes, it really is.
Annie, so how do people feel once they've been with you for a week?
You'd be amazed, but people, 99.9%, and I say that I would say 100%, but occasionally somebody needs a little bit more of a deeper detox. But most of us feel like $100. We feel so, so, so good after a retreat. You have energy. Your eyes are sparkling. Your hair is shining. Your eyes are wide open. You know, your skin is clear. You have lost some weight because there's no ways that you can't eat for 5 days and not lose weight. You know, and people generally just feel so full of energy, and there's mental clarity that comes as well. You know, this like where you just have this clear thinking,
Yeah.
and also insights about your life. You know, where you actually, because your body is clean and everything is functioning, you're giving a lot of space for your brain to be working as well. You know, so every part of your body is affected by the retreat. And I don't know how many people are looking for a deeper experience when they start the retreat, but most people have a deeper experience by the time they finish the retreat.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is beautiful. Yeah.
yeah.
Annie, so what top qualities do you think that you have and have acquired over decades that serve you so well with doing these retreats?
Well, I think the first thing that I have been working on for a long time is that I really like to look for the good qualities in people. You know, I really like to focus on people's like best qualities. And I think when you put energy onto somebody's best qualities, they allow that to come out as well. So then that allows me to have like a more authentic interaction with people. So that's number one. And then the other thing is that for me, the honest and authentic desire to continuously work on myself.
Yeah.
The more that I work on myself, the more I'm capable of helping other people. Because at the end of the day, we're all really the same.
Yeah.
We all have the same qualities. Not the same qualities, but we all have the same innate desire to have a good life, to be happy, to be healthy, and all of these things. And when we ourselves arrive in that place, when I work on myself, others are just, I can just help people more easily and guide them more easily.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love what you said earlier, Annie, because I always think that's one of the principles we have here at She Can. We assume love when we interview other women and when we interact, because it just builds that there is so much more that unites us than divides us. And it
Absolutely.
makes for authentic and vulnerable conversations. And I
Yes.
think that's exactly what you do too.
Yes. That's pretty much it. Yes.
Annie, so give us some top tips. How can we take better care of ourselves on a daily basis?
Okay, so one of the wonderful things, you know, I don't want to punt my retreats only, but go on a juice cleanse. You know, that's one of the things that is very supportive in terms of bringing you into an aware a state of awareness
Mm,
about what your body needs, about not just what your body needs, but what do I need at the mental level, what do I need at the physical level, what do I need at the emotional level.
yeah,
So the more that we can become aware of what is within us, the better it is for us to then make changes
yeah,
that affect us more positively. So you can be sitting in a state of toxic in a toxic state and wanting to make a change, but finding it impossible. And that is literally because your toxic state is preventing you from making positive changes. But when you have when you feel the vibrancy of your life, when you feel the vibrancy of your body, of your mind, of your emotions, all of these things, it becomes very easy to make changes,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Annie, thank you. Um, what would you say are you most proud of to date? What do you think are your real achievements that you feel really proud of?
Do you know, I absolutely love my business.
Mm,
Cape Town Retreats is, I mean, I've been running it for almost 10 years now, and it is fundamental to my life. You know, it is, you know, even as I grow and expand and do more things outwardly, it represents me and it represents all the work that I've put in on myself, you know,
Yeah.
because I really feel there are many ways of doing business, but if you're a woman in business and you are, working by yourself a lot of the time on your own, um, the best thing that you can do is to keep developing yourself. Because when you develop yourself, it translates into your business. And
Absolutely.
your business, then when you see the success of your business, you actually seeing the success of yourself.
Yeah.
And so for me, observing Cape Town retreats grow into what it is today is, yeah, I'm so proud of that achievement.
And you said that so beautifully, Annie. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
What
Thank
are
you.
your pitfalls? What are your challenges, and how do you overcome them?
A lot of pitfalls are the technical skills that you need to run this kind of business. It's wonderful to have the ideas to be a retreat host, to run lots of retreats and all of that. But if you can't market them, then you don't have anybody coming to your retreats.
Yeah.
And so marketing has been a challenge for me. And I've had to learn on my feet. And so there have been pitfalls. I've had people come along to help me do marketing who haven't been necessarily honest and open. So there's been
Mm.
those kinds of things. So there've been some areas where I've really had to learn the technical skills
Yeah.
to put the word out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think your question was really what the pitfalls are and how to overcome them is to learn to do it, to either learn to do it or to outsource it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And if you're going to outsource it, then you've got to have the money to do that. But if you're going to do it yourself, and it is possible to do it yourself, it is possible to do it yourself. Take the time and learn certain skills that you need so that you are always kept in the loop. Even for example, like running a website, know how to run your website, so that small changes you can make immediately so that you don't have to pay huge sums of money to have somebody else care for those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie, and so what are your future plans? What are the next couple of years looking like?
Okay, so there's going to be more travel. My husband and I are on the move and far from settled in any one place yet. But we plan to run more retreats. So we've just started running one in Mozambique, and we'd like to do that more regularly. This is a beautiful swim with wild dolphins retreat. The India retreats, we're focusing more deeply on on women's work. And so those retreats are longer. They're juice fasting, but they're not only juice fasting. We're feeding as well because it's big processes that we're doing. My husband and I have a lovely plans to potentially run men's retreats as well, because women are getting a lot of retreats, but men are getting less. So
Yeah.
we want men to also do the same kind of work that women are doing in a masculine way.
Yeah.
Um, and yes, I think in general there's so much energy right now to create more retreats and help more people live their best lives, really.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Annie. And please, everyone, check out Cape Town Retreats and see if that resonates with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephanie.